Okay, I'm out with the subject. He's out here. He's refusing to identify himself. He's now asking for a supervisor.
I just got a call about my dog.
Yes, sir, we did.
I parked the car, and I had it freezing cold today. I literally got it just sitting there. I got it freezing.
If I did cocaine?
I'll say that, but
Okay, that was the matter that I can think of. Negative.
well, there's fentanyl, there's heroin, there's
Right.
a bunch of lists.
There's nothing in there, so I really don't get. I mean, it's like, here's the thing. Do I let you violate my right? I have the right to refuse. I can say no. You know that you don't have a problem. Or maybe you think you do.
Cops are meant to protect the community, but what if they become the problem instead? Today we're diving into satisfying moments when dirty cops got owned in the hood. These are real encounters where smart, fearless citizens stood their ground. Watch closely as authority gets challenged, lies fall apart, and justice hits back when no one expects it. Let's get started.
Literally.
Okay, go to open that door for the and crack the windows open for the dog, and then use your driver's license, please.
This is a story about a normal trip to Walmart for a few small items turned into a police display of ego, ignorance, and breaking the law. In Crossroads, Texas, one call from a worried citizen was enough for officers to decide to play heroes, even though the dog wasn't in danger and the law wasn't on their side at all. So let's see what this is really about.
Okay, that's this close to breaking the window out.
It's not that hot.
It's 95 degrees. It means it's over 100 inside the vehicle.
I've been in there.
The windows have to be cracked. There's got to be
I
something.
was trying to keep the air conditioning in for him because I'm literally.
Okay, go to open that door for the and crack the windows open for the dog, and then use your driver's license, please. $428. I'm out with the vehicle owner. Hi. Okay. Hi. Hi.
You can feel it's not.
It's 95 degrees.
If it's inside,
and
I was keeping the AC in. Trust me, I love my dog.
The car.
Remember, the dog was not panting. The dog displayed no signs of any distress whatsoever. The man explained how he was trying to keep the air conditioning in the vehicle for his dog, and most convincingly, offers the officer a chance to feel the cooler air inside the vehicle after opening the door.
I love my dog.
The car isn't running.
Right at the start, female officer Haley Holbert responded to a call about a dog supposedly in danger inside a car. Her first line sounded dramatic, but the reality was far more basic. The dog was lying calmly, wasn't panting, wasn't panicking, with no sign of stress at all. Even so, Officer Holbert already had a scenario in her head and acted as if the outcome was decided from the very beginning.
No, I do not abuse and neglect my animal.
Okay.
I need a supervisor.
Okay.
No.
Driver's license.
I need a supervisor, please.
What is your driver's license?
Please, I need a supervisor.
I don't have one on duty right now.
Look, I respect officers. I have
Okay.
family that are officers, but I also respect the Constitution.
Go and crack your windows and then close your door.
When does he say?
Yep. $408. If you could still be en route, please.
10-4.
The man explained that he had pre-cooled the cabin and even offered Officer Holbert to check the temperature. That was the key moment because the law requires judging real conditions, not assumptions. She refused. Think of it like a judge refusing evidence because it doesn't fit the verdict they've already chosen. That single decision said everything.
Wait out here. I'll call a supervisor and see if he can contact me by phone. Okay, I'm out with the subject. He's out here. He's refusing to identify himself. He's now asking for a supervisor.
He's asking for a supervisor? Okay.
Are you backing around?
Officer Holbert then insisted on identification even though there was no crime. That's where this turned into a direct violation of the Texas Penal Code. Without an arrest or reasonable suspicion, the citizen wasn't required to identify himself. Still, police often rely on people not knowing the law. Think that's bad? Wait until you see what she did once she realized things weren't going her way at all.
Backing around?
Where are you at? Do you want to talk to him on the phone?
No, I'm right down the street.
Okay.
I'll be there in a minute.
Okay, all right. Bye.
Okay.
Supervisor's turning back around and he's going to come out.
I would never leave my dog. I would just, it's not.
This is some of the worst
Yeah, but it's not sunny.
temps. It's 95 degrees
Right, but it's not
outside.
sunny.
That
That's why I
doesn't
was
matter.
thinking,
It's
if I cracked the windows, that would let the 95-degree air in. I literally had it freezing cold in there before I should.
I'm responding out to a call, okay?
Sure, I understand.
And this is
Yeah.
me responding. I'm not telling you you're a bag dog, a dog owner, or anything
Right.
like that.
Well, yeah,
I am
just
here
explain
because
what's
I
going on.
still have to do my job. I have to identify you now, okay? Because I'm
When the
out.
man calmly explained the law and even showed it to them, the officers acted like they didn't understand. That wasn't confusion. It was a refusal of reality. At that point, the law stopped being a rule and became an obstacle. And since Officer Holbert couldn't handle this man on her own, she decided to call a supervisor, not because of the man, but to have backup on her side.
Okay? Because I'm out here for an office.
No.
Okay.
That's not
All
the
right.
law.
Okay. Well, I'll let you talk to the supervisor when he gets out here.
Hello?
Is this a legit tag?
Yeah. I bought the car at auctions. Assuming it is.
All right. They weren't able to get a return on it.
460 traffic.
Alright. Purchasers.
Arrowhead and Broken Arrow on Sam Robert John 5200. Sam Robert John 5200. Come back to a white Chevy 3 tons.
This is a private parking lot. I'm not going to ask you about your vehicle. My main concern is just the dog's okay. And then for documentation.
Officer Christopher Tyler then entered the situation and was presented as the superior. Instead of calming things down, Officer Tyler continued pushing for identification. Think of it like a team changing referees in the middle of a game because they didn't like the score. The rules didn't change. They're the same for everyone, even for the police. Sadly, that's something they still haven't learned or accepted yet.
Documentation purposes, I do have to put your information in there, okay? I'm not saying you're going to jail. I'm not saying you're being issued a citation. I'm just trying to do my job because everything has to be notated that I made contact, okay? And make sure that well-being of that animal.
That'll be Arrow, Broken Arrow.
I mean,
It's going to be closer to 100 degrees inside that vehicle. It's 95 degrees
if I
out
crack
here.
the windows, I know it's going to be 95 degrees in there. I had it freezing cold.
Your car is not running.
I know. I shut it off. I closed the windows. I let the freezing cold air in there. Trust me, when I opened the door and got in there, it was colder inside than it was outside.
Okay.
I would not do that to my dog. Look,
Okay. Okay.
It goes everywhere with me.
Hey,
Hello.
this is not the supervisor. This is a cover officer. This is my supervisor right here.
How's it going,
How you
bud?
doing? How you doing, Sergeant Tyler?
Nice to meet you, sir.
Crossroads Police Fire, just show you that out.
Officer Tyler claimed identification was needed for documentation. That sounds neat, but the law doesn't work based on administrative convenience. Police don't get authority just because it's easier for them to fill out a report. Here, it was clear that they replaced proper procedure with personal desire. So practically, they were forcing the law to fit what they wanted. But wait, this still wasn't their lowest point yet.
Just show you that out. Sergeant Tyler, if you'd like to see my ID also.
I'm sure if they vouch for you, they...
Okay. Okay, so what did you speak with me about?
Well, she, I guess, got a call about my dog.
Yes, sir, we did.
I parked the car,
Uh-huh.
and I had it freezing cold in there. I literally got it just sitting there.
Okay.
I got it freezing cold.
Okay.
It's not sunny anymore.
Okay.
So it's not, radiating heat or anything like that.
Okay.
And I went inside. I've been in there for 15 minutes.
Okay.
And, I mean, what did I do wrong?
Okay. So when we get a call for service,
Uh-huh.
okay, and especially when we do contact somebody, we do need to identify the
That's
person.
the law.
Hang on, I'm not done. Let me finish speaking, okay?
Sure.
Now, we don't know you had your car at sub-0 degrees earlier today.
Sure.
Despite admitting that the dog wasn't in danger, the officers kept detaining the man. That's a classic example of unlawful detention. Without reasonable and specific suspicion, a detention becomes illegal. At that point, every minute the man spent there was legally excessive. And worst of all, they didn't see anything wrong with it. Good job, officers.
We had no idea.
Right.
But somebody did call and say, hey, there's an animal left in the vehicle. It is hot outside. And the animal looks like it's in distress.
Right. And you came here, investigated, and figured in distress.
Right.
I don't know about that. But you came here, investigated,
that's
and realized.
That's what's relayed to us.
That's what
Yes.
relayed to us.
Right.
However,
Anybody can say anything. You
Sure,
came here.
sure.
I mean, the dog
So
was
now-
everywhere. I love that dog. I'm not gonna.
totally understand. We
Leave me
love
in the
dogs.
car.
I got a dog too. I love my dog as well. So when an officer does contact someone, they're required, especially when we believe that there could be a criminal offense, to identify.
82.03, I think it is. You could ask for my identification. I don't have to get it unless I've been lawfully arrested. That's the only
No,
time
sir,
I'm
that is
required.
not true.
Look it up. Look it up. That's all I'm asking. Look it up.
Okay,
Look up
you're being
82.
lawfully detained because there is.
Officer Tyler tried to justify the situation by pointing to the citizen's call. The problem is that a call by itself isn't evidence. The law requires verification, not blind belief. The officers checked and clearly saw the dog wasn't in danger. That's where the story should have ended. Instead, they kept going, acting like backing off meant losing, not being professional. I mean, when did these reversed standards even start?
There is an animal in the vehicle. We got a call for service.
The windows are down now.
The windows are down now.
I
We're
instructed
not
you
sure.
to put them down.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir. Potentially. Okay.
Come on, man. I saw you trying not to laugh.
Here's the deal. As soon as we're done, as soon as you give your ID and we're done, we're gone.
I don't like the fact that we have to show our papers. Look, I have a lot of family that are in your business, okay? I respect you guys,
Are
and
you
I also
able
respect the
to
Constitution.
see the name I put in my call sheet?
But you are lawfully detained.
And I do not have to show. I
Yes,
cannot
sir,
give
you
you.
do.
I can. Will you please just look it
When
up?
you were
I swear to God,
Failed ID.
please just look it up. I know. Look it up. I'm telling you, you're
How
gonna make
do
a
you
big
look it
mistake.
up? No, I'm not.
I know this very well. I
Okay.
know this.
So do I. How long have you been doing law enforcement?
The man calmly insisted on his rights, without yelling, without aggression. That kind of behavior often annoys officers the most, especially those who expect obedience. When a citizen knows the law, the entire dynamic changes. Imagine how frustrating it is when authority realizes it has no real power. Well, if this still isn't clear to you, just watch this video.
Just look it up. Would it kill you to look it up?
You have a phone right there.
I'm
Go ahead,
recording
look it up.
because
So are we.
We're all.
What do you- yeah, those disappeared. You guys don't have a phone, you can look it up.
Those get edited.
What you did it.
Those get edited. So that's what I'm saying.
Your phones?
You're saying these get disappeared. Those get edited.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
What's your name, sir?
Garth.
I'm sorry.
Garth.
Garth.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Garth, what's
all.
your last name?
I don't have to give it to you.
Okay. I prefer to. I don't call people by their first names. It's a respect name. Okay.
Nice try.
Until I get to know them. It's
See,
not a nice
this-
try.
this
That's
is-
how. That's
this
how,
is
that's
what this
exactly
country has
how I
become.
operate.
This is what this country. You guys are like addicted to IDs, and you don't even know the law. Here, you know what? I'll look it up.
Go for it.
I'll just show you because you'll be very surprised.
Look up Build ID.
Yeah, I know.
At one point, Officer Tyler tried to downplay the law, saying they do this every day. That might have been the most honest part of the whole scene. Routine doesn't change the law. The fact that someone's been doing something wrong for years doesn't turn a mistake into a rule. Here, police weren't defending the law, they were defending their own practice, and that's a key difference you need to understand.
Yeah, I know.
Fine. Answer right now. Answer before.
Still need to. Failure to identify. A person commits an offense if he intentionally refuses to give his name, residence, address, or date of birth to a police officer who has lawfully arrested the person.
Let me see that.
The man read Penal Code 38.02 again, clearly and precisely. The text was clear, but the police reaction wasn't. They chose to hear only what suited them. Imagine a courtroom where laws are read selectively. That's exactly what happened here. But don't worry, the satisfying moment where these dirty cops got owned in the hood is coming much sooner than you might think.
Arrested the person. Request, I will. Request you can be suppressed here. Person commits an offense if he intentionally gives a false name. It's a false or fictitious name. I can't do that. Name, residence, address, or day of birth to an peace officer who has A, lawfully arrested the person, B, 2, lawfully detained the person. Now this is only if I cannot give a fictitious name. This is, watch, go back. I do not have to show my ID. Watch.
Guard.
A person commits a crime.
Guard.
A person, look, it's right here. A person commits an offense.
Read it yourself.
Yes, and you, let me read it again to you. A person commits an offense. You totally not under, you didn't understand. This says I can't.
As the conversation went on, it became obvious that the police had no end goal except to break resistance. The issue wasn't the dog's safety anymore, but who would give in first. Remember their concern for the dog? If that concern were real, they would have checked the dog first and talked to the man after. But from what I can see, they only cared about themselves and their ego, not the situation they claimed to be handling.
It says I can't give you a false name. This is a different section. This is the first one. That's not my problem. It really isn't.
Actually, it is.
No, it isn't.
Okay, here's the deal. Here's what can happen because you're refusing to identify yourself.
Hold on a second.
And say, here's
Hold
who I am
on. So
because
you're
hang
gonna
on,
arrest me
finish.
for refusing to identify
That's
myself.
what you just read.
I read. Yeah,
Now,
I cannot give you a face
the other
name.
part of it is.
What do you please pull it up? I swear to God, I'm not lying here. There was two different
know.
sections I read. Okay.
The other, hang on, listen to me.
Oh my God.
The other part of it is that when you do that, the other consequence, now we have to impound your dog, and we don't want to do that either. You said you love your dog.
Yeah, that would be retaliation.
No, sir, it's
Yeah.
not. We can't leave the dog
If you guys
here.
want a massive lawsuit on your hands, I mean, you
How
got
is that retaliation? We can't leave the dog here.
At one point, Officer Tyler indirectly admitted there was no basis for further action, yet the contact still continued. That's the moment when a professional officer says it's over and walks away. That didn't happen here. Ego overpowered reason. Now we're watching a situation become even more interesting only because the officers didn't want to lose an argument or admit they were wrong.
Leave the dog here in the car by itself.
really.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna.
I'm letting you know
This
what
is
the
how.
consequences are.
This is America. This is what you're doing to the citizens. Okay. All they did was go inside, grab some clothes quick.
Yes, sir.
You might I set the car, got it. Yeah. Somebody called. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. It doesn't mean I did anything wrong. You know. I can call right down. So you did something wrong. Doesn't mean you did anything wrong.
We were called out here to investigate.
Sure. And you investigated. You realized
Yes.
the dog was not
To
distressed. the dog was
complete
fine.
that, I'm going to need your identification.
That's not the way the law works. This is
You just read how it works.
Dude, you didn't read it to me. I read it to you, and you didn't understand. Those were two different sections. The second one says I can't give you a false name. Okay, if you take it. It says, I swear to God, you only have. I know
Okay.
this better than you.
No, you really don't.
Well, then look it up. You don't have a phone.
The police then tried to shift the story toward education, acting like the citizen was the one who needed to learn something. The irony was obvious. The man knew the law better than they did, and that clearly bothered them. Because, the better we know the law, the harder we are to control. Honestly, I don't know how officers like these got hired as police in the first place.
Phone. And you're not understanding what I just read because I just read it to you. Did I not read that I cannot give you a false, fictitious name if I've been lawfully detained? It doesn't say I have to give you my ID. It says if I've been, no, the first section says I have to give you my ID if I've been lawfully arrested. The second section says I cannot give you a false or fictitious name if I've been detained. It does not state that I have to give you my name or ID. I just cannot give you a false or fictitious one.
Let me ask you this. What is your end goal here?
To get you guys need to be educated. You really don't understand it.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is actually the truth. You guys, and police officers.
So what is your end goal?
To go on about my way.
So is ours.
Okay,
Get you
go.
on your way.
But you
are
have this
prolonging
addiction
this.
to ID.
I'm
not prolonging this. This is
No,
unlawful
no,
detainment.
this
No,
is our
it's not.
duty. We have to identify you.
Show me the law.
You just read it out loud.
I know, and you're not understanding because I just read it to you.
know. We understand it. We do this day in and day out.
Okay. So, you agree with me? The first part says I have to show my ID if I've been lawfully arrested, right? You agree with that? Yes, I'm not even.
You just read it.
Okay. And the second part says I cannot give you a false name.
What's unbelievable is that you could see on the officers' faces that they realized this man was right. They aren't stupid. They heard what he read, even though they should have known it without him reading it at all. But that's a story for another time. Still, despite everything, they chose to keep digging themselves deeper, which honestly feels delusional. Don't they worry about losing their qualified immunity?
It does not say anything. Guys, really, I'm surprised. I mean, the way YouTube is now, I'm surprised you guys, the way YouTube is now. These videos are all over YouTube about the ID thing.
Is that where you get your education from? Is from YouTube?
No, I get it from Texas statutes, actually.
Okay, all right.
So here,
And there actually is some good information on YouTube. You know, it's not all good.
No, it's
There's
not
some
really.
good.
It's really not.
Really? There's nothing good on. There's
I'm not saying that
nothing
there's not. I said
accurate?
there's not a lot on YouTube that's not good. But there is some stuff that is not very
I
informative.
mean, it's a conglomerate of America.
Okay.
You know, there's some good people and bad people. Educated, informed people put stuff on there. There's some dumbasses and stuff. You know, I mean,
Okay.
stuff to do your due diligence. I'm telling you, pull it up and read it. It literally says, I mean, I just read it to you. What part are you not understanding? Where are you confused with it?
If they run the VIN on the car, and then get his ID that way.
Okay.
It's a very there's two simple things.
You just admitted on camera that you're running my VIN to get my ID.
So we run tags all the time.
Yeah.
That's what occurs.
The officers openly started pushing the situation toward failure to identify, even though they knew they had no legal basis for it. That first statement made everything clear. They wanted a criminal label because they were running out of options. What follows is a surprise for many of you, showing just how far officers are willing to go simply to regain their bruised ego and avoid admitting they were wrong.
It's not a VIN number. It's a tag.
So we get identification of the owner of the
Private
vehicle.
parking lot.
So how do we know you own this vehicle?
Well, just open it up. My dog's in there.
What do you mean you own the vehicle?
Sure. Doesn't mean you can unlawfully detain me to check the VIN.
We're not unlawfully detained. We're detained because we're here on a call for service.
And we already determined that the dog is fine. So what's your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I have committed and committing or I'm about to commit a crime?
Because when we got the call for service,
What's your reasonable,
Initially,
articulable
I'm
suspicion? Well, there has been no
the
crime
reasonable
committed.
suspicion was the call for service.
We
Somebody
came and
called us.
investigated. Realized there was no crime.
We don't know that.
And now we have failure to identify.
No, you don't. My
Were you-
goodness,
were you
ma'am,
out
you
here?
need to really get educated. Why won't you read it? I wouldn't lie to you. Just look it up. You won't even read it. That's how
The man kept explaining the law again, calmly and patiently, while the officers refused to read it. The law here wasn't complicated, it was just inconvenient. Officer Holbert made it clear that reading the law was a distraction to her. That sounds ridiculous. It's like being treated by a doctor who doesn't want to read medical books and relies only on instinct.
Out here with someone that I do not know who I'm out here with. I'm not going to get distracted in a cell phone or a computer.
To read the law?
Do
You'd rather just arrest me?
I don't need to read the law.
Yeah, you
We
do.
do this day in and day out.
Improperly, apparently.
Okay.
Look, this is something, I know this. Look, this is something I'm very adamant about, is constitutional rights. And I know this. I didn't get this from some guy who heard it from somebody else. I know this. Okay, I know. I
reasonable suspicion that we had was the call for service.
Yeah, and you came
Somebody
out
called.
and you investigated.
And you went out there and the dog was out.
Okay, but you investigated the dog, right?
No, we're not investigating the dog. We're investigating the owner of the dog.
Okay, well,
So how
you
do we
realized
know?
there was nothing, no crime committed. Well, you don't know that, so you have no reasonable articulable suspicion.
Yes.
No.
The discussion kept going in circles because the officers weren't looking for understanding. The man clearly explained the difference between a lawful arrest and a lawful detention, but it hit a wall. When 3 officers stand in front of the law and still can't accept it, the problem is a culture that's been taught authority shouldn't be questioned, even when it's clearly wrong.
No. You just said,
If a crime has been committed or is about to be committed, so
has been, is about to be, or is currently, yeah. Have I committed a crime?
Well, currently failed ID.
That's not a crime. It's only a crime if you've been lawfully arrested. And if you take the time to just read the freaking statute, you realize this. Brother, I'm not lying to you, man. Just read it. I just read it to you.
Yes, and you read it yourself.
Yes. Section 1 says, if I've been lawfully arrested, I must give my ID. Section 2 says if I've been lawfully detained,
I'm sorry.
I cannot
Dealership. It's dog look okay?
give you a false name. That's all it says. I can't give you a false name. And you can ask me for my ID, but I do not have to give it to you.
Officer Tyler tried to keep control by claiming the goal was to finish everything quickly. The irony was obvious because they were the ones dragging this encounter out. Imagine someone holding you there for an hour and then saying you're the one stalling. I mean, someone really needs to tell these officers that just saying something doesn't automatically make it true, right?
Give it to you. Trust me, man. I know the way this works. Just why would you read it? This is blowing my mind. I mean,
I stayed right next to you. We read it together,
I'm
right?
shocked that 3 officers really don't know this. Out of the 3 of you, a supervisor of all things. Usually the supervisor is the one that knows.
And I'm speaking to you, and I do know it. And again, we read it. I was sitting right next to you while we read it together. Okay?
Yeah. And I just told you what it
So,
said. Where does it say that I have to show my ID?
Here's the deal.
Where does it say that I have to show my ID and what I just read to you?
In 3802, you just read it.
What part?
Filled ID with someone is lawfully detained.
No, I
Yes,
cannot
sir.
give you a
That
false name when I'm lawfully detained. It literally, it's different. You have to give your ID. Okay? It says that I can't give you make up a name to try to, but I don't have to give you my name. I'm telling you this. I know this. I know this very, very well. It's something I'm very passionate about.
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Here's the deal. We're trying to get this done so you can be gone and out here, so we can be gone out here. To
Yeah,
other
leave.
things.
I mean,
Okay.
what is keeping you here?
We can't right
Yeah,
now.
you can.
No, sir, we cannot.
You guys are gonna.
Because what can happen is that you got the animal cruelty call. Okay. We don't know for sure exactly.
The police then tried to revive the animal cruelty claim even though they'd already admitted the dog wasn't in danger. Oh, right. Suddenly they remembered the poor dog after 20 minutes. I honestly don't know why they weren't embarrassed doing this. Either there's a legal ground or there isn't. It really was that simple. Here there weren't any, but the police weren't willing to accept that reality.
How long you really stored. What can happen, what I'm explaining to you is that the crime of animal cruelty has possibly, is currently, or had been committed. Okay?
Now, well, investigate.
Hang on.
Investigate. Prove it.
That's the part of it.
You just said you don't know how long I've been in the store. If you knew how long I've been in the store,
So the part of the investigation is then we contact Walmart and say, hey,
okay, investigate.
here's what we need to do.
That's fine.
We
You got my
need to
VIN number.
figure out who this person is and how long you've been in the store. How long that animal
I've
was in the
explained
car.
this thoroughly enough and physically read the statute to you. You guys are losing your qualified immunity. Okay, seriously.
No, sir?
Yes. When it has been explained to you and the law has actually been read to you, okay, you're going to lose qualified immunity. And I don't want to do this, but I'm passionate about the Constitution. So I really am. You guys need to be educated, apparently, because you're out there doing this, violating
No,
people's
sir.
constitutional rights all the time.
No, sir, we're not.
This is unbelievable. Are you a sergeant?
Yes, sir.
And you don't know this?
Absolutely. I guess you're
This is-
saying I don't know.
Bewildering. I mean, this is just, I am
I'm sorry
beside
you pulled
myself.
over, but if you just read it with,
Call your lieutenant.
you don't have a lieutenant.
Captain.
The man openly warned that the officers were risking their qualified immunity. That wasn't a threat, it was a legal fact. When an officer knowingly violates a clearly established right, that protection disappears. The officer's reaction showed clear nervousness. But do you think that stopped them from continuing right where they left off? Well, let's see what happened next.
Captain.
No, sir. The only person higher than me is the chief.
The chief.
Okay, so I'm not calling the chief right now.
Well, you're probably going to save the town a lot of money by doing that. We'll probably appreciate it.
What is it that would you like to speak with the chief?
Yeah, just on.
Because he's my supervisor.
Yeah, and if you talk to him, tell him to look up 3802 and read it out loud to you guys.
He knows what 3802 is.
Okay, then he'll tell you
So
to.
do I know what 3802 is.
Apparently you don't.
You just read it to me.
Yeah. I cannot give you a
Hang
false.
tight 1 second.
I don't have to give you
Hang tight here.
my name. I'm not lying to y'all. I know this like very, very, very well. I don't understand why you guys won't look it up. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't get it. I mean, you understand, a lot of people died for us to have these freedoms, not, for the police to just not walk up on you and just start grading you your papers.
I walked up on you because there was a criminal act that appears to be committed. Okay? There is a dog in the car, 95 degrees.
Is it sunny outside?
It's 95.
Is it
It doesn't
sunny?
have to be. It
Is it
doesn't
sunny?
have to be. You know how many dead dogs I pulled out of the car?
Yeah! Was it sunny when you did
know
it?
what?
How many dead dogs did you pull out at night?
Oh, plenty.
Really?
Plenty.
Really? How many?
Yes.
Tell me.
And
Tell
prior
me.
to morning,
Officer Holbert kept insisting she was doing her job while ignoring key facts. Okay, people. Since when is a police officer's job harassing innocent citizens? I was obviously naive, thinking that the police are supposed to protect us and deal with real criminals. Was that really so hard to do?
I'm here to do my job to
I know.
investigate, and you're
I mean,
hindering
investigating.
that.
How are you gonna? What you
I
trying to do?
need the identification, and right now the dog is having to sit in the car even further.
Yeah,
because
you really don't care
will
about the
not-
animal, do you?
You will not identify
really don't
yourself.
care about the
I am
animal, do you?
here to do my job.
You're here to get my ID. That's all you want.
I need your identification to
It's
complete
like,
this
it's like
process.
crack to you guys.
It's required.
No, it isn't. Would you freaking read 3802?
Don't shine the light in my eyes, so I need you to lower it.
Is it lower enough?
No, I need you to lower it so it's not shining in my eyes.
Is it lower
Just
enough?
like I would not turn it down.
Okay, I gotta turn this flashlight off. Is your volume on your camera?
Of course.
All right.
The man pulls up section 38.02 on his phone and places it on the trunk of the car.
The police claimed they were familiar with the statute and had studied it. Well, just saying something doesn't make it true, because we didn't see any real legal knowledge here at all. Are police today really competing over who's more delusional than who? Have we seriously fallen this far? Because if this isn't a clear sign that it's time for reform, then I honestly don't know what is.
Trunk of the car and then backs away. Officer Holbert refuses to read it, claiming she doesn't want to bury her head in a computer. There are 2 additional officers on scene, so there is no threat to her reading the statute.
To find the law, you don't care? You think
I don't
you know
have
the
to.
law. You don't have to? You don't have to know the law.
I already
You don't
know it.
have to-
I already
you
know.
don't. You do not know this. I am beside myself that none of you are aware of this, because it's been a huge thing lately on the internet. And I'm surprised none of you have heard of this. I mean, I'm beside myself. I really, really am. I don't know what to say. I can't believe you refused to even look at it. Why would you do that? I mean, how does that make any sense? How does it make any... I just put my phone in front of you.
Do you have a call coming? You have a call?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. If you need to get, it's fine.
Where's Tyler?
He's, I think, contacting the chief.
really not trying to give you a hard time. I'm trying to educate you because what you're doing is really.
At this point, it became obvious the argument was no longer about the dog, but about authority. The police wanted to win the conversation, not resolve the situation. Practically, it turned into a game where the rules applied only as long as they benefited one side. That side was the police, and honestly, they were playing by very dirty rules.
It's not right. I really hope you guys go.
I haven't said anything
I
to
don't.
you, right?
Oh, I don't. I'm just saying, when you go home tonight, please look up 3802 and
I
read
know
it.
what it says.
Okay.
I'm here as a backup unit. That's it.
Please, when you go home tonight, look up 3802.
I've read it. I read it. I studied it.
Okay.
I tested over it.
Right, but you're interpreting it improperly.
All right.
This is a known fact. I mean, this is not. You just Google it when you get home.
Sure.
Texas ID laws. Do not. I mean. It's a sad state that this country is coming to.
Yep.
It is.
So,
Chief looked it up, didn't he?
I didn't talk to Chief. I didn't call Chief. I don't need to call him. Unless you really would like for me to call him, but I don't need to call him and talk to him. So, here's
Officer Tyler tried to bring the situation back to professionalism, but without ending the questionable detention. That's like an apology without an apology. The citizen was still being held without any legal basis, while the officers acted like they were doing him a favor. Well, if this is the kind of favor they're offering, thanks, but no thanks. We don't need it, right?
Here's
The
the
man-
deal. Okay. Ultimately, this is an animal cruelty call. Okay.
You were investigating it. There was no animal cruelty.
We're still investigating the animal cruelty call.
Anytime a dog's in the car and the windows are rolled up,
Six radio check.
I didn't say it once, did I? I said that's why we're investigating.
Option 4.
and you can investigate identification. That's what you guys don't understand.
If we believe that you had committed a crime, which is partly part of for his animal cruelty, yes, sir, you do have to identify yourself.
You can detain me. It's not till I'm lawfully arrested that I have to get my ID. Okay?
No, sir, that's not correct.
Yes. Why don't you just look at? I'm befuddled that you guys want to look it up.
I've already read it.
Do you not agree that it says?
I do agree with.
Okay,
what
it says has to
and
get
it also says
lawfully
he-
arrested. Right. That I cannot give a false name. It just says I cannot give a false name. It doesn't say it has to show his ID, like the first one does. Okay, it's worded completely different for a reason, because I can't give you a false name. I don't have to give you my name though.
Okay, they're giving us a false name.
I'm not going to give you a false name.
Well, how do we know that? See, that's what I'm.
It's
that's
not
what
my
I'm telling
problem.
you.
It's not my problem. I'm sorry. That's something you got to figure out, not me.
Well, you won't identify yourself, so how do we
Yeah,
know
because I don't
you're-
have to, because the Constitution of the United States of America, something that's
know that.
you swore an
Yes,
oath
sir.
to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty
I
passionate about it.
So am I. I'm passionate about my job. I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about doing this
Violating
for-
people's civil rights, apparently.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I've never been accused of that. Never.
Well, you're doing it right
So-
now. Believe it or
So
not.
am I.
I wouldn't like it.
The man openly talked about the Constitution and the oath the officers took. That's often the moment when tension rises because it reminds them of responsibility. Police like to reference the law, but don't like it when someone actually knows the law and sees it's just an excuse. And I know you think this case has no end, and you're right, but that only shows how far these officers were willing to go.
So,
This is ridiculous.
So here's-
I'm truly beside myself that none of the three of you knows this.
how do you know
I mean,
that?
it's all over. Freaking, it's a huge thing. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this.
Everybody does that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You guys apparently.
The police then tried to frame the situation as both sides being stubborn. Okay, now they were clearly crossing lines of normal behavior and moving into serious manipulation, something people who protect and serve shouldn't be doing at all. Didn't these officers really think about how all of this would look on camera, or even worse, in the eyes of their supervisors?
Apparently.
I'm shocked that a sergeant does not know this. That's
we
not
just
fair.
read it together.
Yeah.
So what would you like to see happen? That's what I'm wondering.
Go on about your way, I'll go on about mine.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah. What would be wrong with that?
Absolutely nothing would be wrong with that.
Well, there you go.
But what would also be awesome is if you say, hey, dude, this is actually kind of ridiculous, and here's my ID, and we're gone.
Dude, this is actually kind of ridiculous, and you should just go.
Okay, well, it is kind of ridiculous.
It is
that
very
we still
ridiculous.
need to investigate.
That I could
the
literally
animal
read it in
cruelty.
front of you, and you cannot comprehend it.
I do comprehend it.
Then what does it say? That I cannot give you a false name.
Northbound 474 Special Attention Tiger.
Right. It doesn't say. No. Yes, there
The black TMC truck, light Robert T. Frank 4012, Robert T. Frank 4012.
Literally
We've been
states
out
that.
traffic. Almost struck a caller. We're sitting in front of the county clear 2200.
I'm not trying to be a jerk to y'all, you know. I'm just. I'm passionate. I have my third cousin. I literally have 8 presidents on the way to within 6 cousins. Okay, removed several times, but
The conversation started falling apart because the police no longer had a clear legal path. And now, just like it usually happens when officers realize they've gone too far, they started talking among themselves. Because nothing describes the end of a case better than a good old discussion between officers, trying to line up their stories, of course.
I'm very passionate about the Constitution. And you guys really, I implore you to educate yourselves about this.
Stand right there.
So we can't do that. But is it prudent to do that? So here's a list, and we know that's what he's doing.
What if that trooper would have done that to Timothy McVeigh? But whatever.
I agree. I agree. However, this is where we're at.
I'm going so far past ask, tell, and make.
Officer Tyler admitted the situation had gone too far. Bravo! It only took them almost an hour to reach that conclusion. But saying it went too far doesn't erase the nearly 60 minutes of rights violations before that. These are the things officers need to think about much, much earlier. Like before they decided to harass someone who didn't break any law in the first place.
Tell and make, and this is hurtful.
Yeah. So this is where we're at. We want to do the prudent thing, not necessarily always because we can. Doesn't always mean we should.
Yeah.
The big picture is, and it's okay. Yes, he's being a jerk.
772, we no longer have visual on the vehicle. Call is no longer online.
So that's where we're at.
Okay.
So here's the deal. Although
772, the plate does come back to
we're at a point
4012
where we
Waterfront
don't want to
Drive.
I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time. I'm trying to.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. You
Hang
give
on,
me a
let
hard
me
time.
finish. Let me finish.
Sure.
Yes, you are trying to give us a hard time.
In the end, the police decided to let the man go, adding that the investigation could continue later. That sounds like a compromise, but it was really an admission that they had no grounds. When a citizen is released because there's no evidence at the moment, it's clear there wasn't any earlier either. It was simply easier for them to say it this way than to further embarrass themselves, because they're giant cowards.
It's a hard time.
I'm not trying to. I'm not.
Secondly,
I'm just trying to get my.
Just be quiet for a minute.
Hang on, let me finish. Sure. Secondly, animal cruelty will still continue to be investigated. Okay. Hang on, let me finish. Okay. Now then, because you believe you know the law,
I know.
okay, we also know the law.
I'm sorry. I know you think you're an officer.
No,
There's no way you
that's-
could not possibly know this.
I'm not saying that you're.
It is what it is.
That you're just somebody, and I'm just going, huh? to you, okay? I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that you don't know the law. But I do too. Also, the other part of it is, I'm sorry.
When you get home to that third of it.
Okay, I surely will.
I really want you guys to...
Just for you, I sure.
By the end of the night, the dog went home, the owner went home, and the police were left with footage that says more than any report ever could. Thanks to them, at least we now know we should be careful around all police, just in case. And if you think they were bad, just wait until you see our next case, where a young man outsmarted officers and showed them they shouldn't mess with citizens. Speaking of satisfying moments when dirty cops got owned in the hood, here we have a case from Frederick, Maryland, where an officer decided to stop Levi Trumbull over a foggy license plate cover, a violation that by law doesn't justify a traffic stop at all. From that moment on, a simple situation turned into a hunt for something, anything, because the officers couldn't accept that they started from a wrong assumption and, even worse, an illegal stop.
Hey, bud. Name's
Hey,
Austin.
what's going on? How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. How can I help you?
The reason I'm pulling you over is your license plate cover. You can't have one in the state of Maryland.
Oh, you can't have a license plate cover?
No, it's all fogged up.
Oh.
Obscuring your license plate.
Is it really?
Yep.
I have a wrench. I can take that off.
That's fine.
Like,
do you have your license and registration?
I'm just about to get that for you, brother.
Where are you coming from today?
I'm just coming right from my house. I live, well, yeah. Well, there you see it right there.
Where's your house?
My court.
And you're just coming from there?
Yes. I'm coming from there to here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're coming from...
Yes. The address that's on that license.
All right.
Correct.
Where's Monrovia?
Where's Monrovia? It's in Green Valley. It's near Urbana.
Okay. And you're coming from this direction here?
Yeah, I was coming from that direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't Monrovia all the way that
Yeah,
way?
Monrovia is that way. It's all the way down.
And you were coming from Monrovia?
I was driving that way. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how'd you get from Monrovia to here?
The highway.
Okay.
From Urbana.
So you, took off of...
At the very beginning, the officer stated the reason for the stop, a foggy license plate cover. That sounds serious until you know the law. In Maryland, that's a secondary offense, which means it can't be used as a reason for a traffic stop. So the entire encounter started illegally. But wait, the officer will very quickly forget this reason and come up with something else, completely unexpected.
Where'd you get off on the highway?
What's that?
Where'd you get off on the highway?
Well, I was down there.
Huh?
Yeah. I was coming from that direction.
Yeah, where'd you get off on the highway?
Well, I was seeing do I have to go through my whole day? I was seeing a friend earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I live in Monrovia, but I was coming from that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mind stepping out of the vehicle for me, bud?
Yeah. Just a second.
Have you taken anything today, bud?
Negative. You want to give me where's your thing that you use to breathalyze people? Do you have that? Okay.
I don't have one. I'm just wondering.
No.
It just seems a little bit off.
No.
Okay.
I'm not off.
Okay. All right. Did you take any medication or anything like that? Or...
Negative.
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 Any powders or anything like that?
Are you asking me if I did cocaine?
I didn't say that, but
okay. That was the only powder that I can think of. Negative.
Well, there's fentanyl, there's heroin, there's
right.
a bunch of lists of powders.
There is, yes.
Okay.
Levi answered calmly, logically, and without contradictions. Even so, the officer kept repeating the same questions. He started asking about travel plans, direction, and highway exits. Okay, what does any of that have to do with the license plate he was supposedly stopped for? Well, even the officer didn't seem to know, but that clearly didn't matter to him.
I'm not on any substance, whether that be liquid, hard drugs, or whatever it is.
Okay.
No, negative. But as for the plates, I can take those. I actually have a torque wrench. I can remove that with it.
Yeah,
Might be falling.
You can't have that.
Oh, wow, it looks like it's iced up.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up on him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's relatively new. Only had that for a week or something. But I can just unscrew this and pop that off.
That's right. It's county available for everyone.
I didn't realize that got so fogged up. So these are illegal in the state of Maryland to have a license plate cover?
Check this earlier.
Levi immediately offered a rational solution, removing the license plate cover. Problem solved. But that wasn't enough for the police. Instead of ending the stop, the officer suggested a sobriety test. For what? Oh, gosh. I don't like officers who think they can do whatever they want just because they wear a badge. Who's going to tell them that authority isn't unlimited?
Yeah, so
These are illegal?
You can't, because it's obscuring your license plate.
Sure.
So you can't have that in the state of Maryland.
Yeah, it is definitely obscuring my. Yeah, it's all fogged up. Though I can see that. It's all fogged up. That's an issue.
Right, so
We agree on that. A 3/8 torque wrench to unscrew that. That's all that you need to unscrew it. The license plate you can read. As you can see, everything's current. There's no reason to obscure it.
Would you do field sobriety for me, bud?
No,
Sure
negative, absolutely not. I would take your breathalyzer, pull it out.
I don't have a breathalyzer.
Well, then that's going to be a problem. Breathalyzer? Either of you have a breathalyzer?
No,
then you're going to be in trouble.
Do field sobriety.
You want to take me in? Blood?
No, I want to make sure you're okay.
I'm 100% okay to drive.
The officer claimed Levi seemed nervous and had glassy eyes. That was a subjective judgment with no real weight. Being irritated by an illegal stop isn't a sign of intoxication. He could have been crying 5 minutes earlier. There could have been a million different reasons. But of course, in the officer's mind, it had to be a DUI.
You guys don't have your breathalyzer. You have nothing to do a hard medical examination of whether somebody is actually under the influence.
I don't
They're going
think
to do a field sobriety test.
you're under the influence of alcohol.
I'm not under the influence of any substance, whether that be drugs, alcohol, an opioid, a narcotic.
And I just want to make sure you're good to drive.
Yes, I'm definitely good to drive. And I understand where you're coming from, actually. I actually do.
What's that?
Like, you want to make sure that people are not on the street driving impaired, whether that be on drugs or alcohol or whatever substance that somebody could use that would take their attention away from the road and onto something else. You know what I mean? Am I correct on that? Is that a correct assumption? You don't want to...
Yeah.
Your goal is to not see people impaired
do you
on
know
the road.
why I'm thinking that right now?
I have no idea.
You're pretty amped right now. You're
Okay.
all out of it, and your eyes are glassy to me.
Okay.
So I'm curious if you might have taken something.
No, I didn't take. This is why I asked.
That's
if
why
you
I'm asking
have
to do
advice that would. I love this. That's why I asked if you had a device that could actually
I don't
tell
have
whether.
a device for cocaine or
so
any
you
other
want, what do you want me
thing.
to do?
I'm not smelling.
What do you want me to do? You want
It's
to go
just
like
a
this?
series
Go like
of-
this? Go like this?
Meanwhile, the officer's partner started looking inside the vehicle. No warrant, no probable cause, just hope that something would appear. Levi knew this was a rights violation, but he decided it was smarter to let it go so things wouldn't escalate. Unlike them, he was thinking ahead and understood what this situation could turn into.
What do you want me to
It's
do?
not that all special.
Yeah.
It's just the eye test.
Okay.
You heard that?
You and I both know that what field sobriety test is a way for you to have probable cause to arrest me. You just told me a minute ago that you believe that I'm impaired. So
No,
anything
I
that I
suspect
do,
that something might be
exactly.
involved.
So anything that I do
But it
during
also-
this field sobriety test is going to give you that probable cause that you would like right now to arrest me. So she's looking through my car right now
Make sure there's nothing in
to
there.
see if she can find anything. She's not going to find anything.
That's good.
So
I would.
yeah,
I would. Like
I'm not
to
under
know
the
that.
influence of anything.
All right. Can I just take a look at your
You
eyes?
can absolutely take a look at my eyes. You're looking at them right now.
Right.
They're a
We-
nice
we
brown
do-
color, aren't they?
They're very nice.
Thank you very much.
Would you submit to a field sobriety so I can take a look at your eyes, make sure you're good to go?
Well, I don't want to do a field sobriety. I prefer not to. I'm definitely not under the influence of anything.
Would you mind if my partner take a look through your car, and make sure there is no powders or anything?
I shouldn't do this.
The police continued to ask questions about drugs, powders, and substances as if hoping Levi would admit to something himself. He answered precisely and calmly, often sounding more composed than the officer. If you ask me, these officers sounded more intoxicated than this guy, and that tells us a lot about the whole situation. But let's keep watching and see how this continues to unfold.
Here, I'm gonna open up. You can open up all my doors.
Doors or the
She can look through
stuff?
my doors.
What about in the center console?
There's nothing in there, so I really
Can we
don't
take
get.
a look?
I mean, it's like, here's the thing. Do I let you violate my? I have the right to refuse. I can say no. You know that you don't have the problem, or maybe you think that you do, but
Not yet.
no, not yet. But, go ahead. Go ahead and look through it. The car's unlocked. I'll entertain this. I know you're not going to find anything,
That's good.
so you will not find anything in that car that I need to be worried about. Go ahead. It's open. It's unlocked.
So, yeah.
3/8 torque wrench. I can take it right off. I guess it got pretty cold recently.
Yeah,
I don't know. 'Cause that is definitely, we agree that we can come to agreement on this. That's for certain. And as you can see, it's a relatively new frame, and I don't know why it's not supposed to do that.
On an unrelated note.
On an unrelated note.
What happened there?
This?
Yeah, what
I don't know. It just got torn. This is a good jacket.
It looks like a good jacket.
It is good. Pretty nice in there.
Is it warm?
Yeah, it's warm. It's getting the job done. It's definitely getting the job done. So you guys don't typically carry around devices like a breathalyzer
For alcohol.
for alcohol?
Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
not smelling any alcohol in your breath.
Exactly. I love it. I love it.
But do you see what I mean?
No, actually.
The conversation drifted into absurdity, where officers admitted they didn't smell alcohol but still insisted on sobriety tests. Levi clearly explained why field sobriety tests give police exactly what they want: subjective interpretation. That's an uncomfortable truth for many officers. The tests are designed to fail. When a driver understands that and says it out loud, the entire tactic falls apart.
Well, considering I'm sober right now, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm stone cold sober right now. No medications. I'm trying to think of all the things somebody can get high on. When you don't do drugs, it's kind of a shot in the dark. You're just predicting.
Okay.
You know.
All right.
Like you said fentanyl earlier.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if I did
with this officer
fentanyl,
right here.
I'd be like
I'm
laid on my back. So who was first to get the body cameras? Was it Frederick City or Frederick County?
Frederick City. I think we were
That
the first
figures.
in all of the counties between us, Thurmont, Brunswick, County, State.
Right. Because a couple years back, there was an executive order from Hogan saying that every police department in Maryland had to implement them by 2026, right? Because they gave you guys like a 5-year implementation window.
Yeah, we were already in compliance.
Yeah, but you guys had time, right? That was the point of the whole situation. Was like you guys had
money and
exactly.
programming.
Everyone goes into action,
Storage.
don't they? Yeah. I mean, what's the alternative?
I don't even know what that.
So when drugs and alcohol didn't work, the conversation turned informal, almost friendly. That's a common tactic. When pressure fails, maybe let's chill out a bit. But the core stays the same, trying to get the driver to loosen up and make a mistake. Either that, or they were hoping to erase everything that had happened and look less bad. But that's not gonna happen.
What is it? Watch hard?
Watch hard. Good deal.
She's more the tech guru than I am.
Take any medications?
Do I what now?
Take any medications?
Just life. It's auto parts. Yeah, 3/8. Bingo.
But do me a favor, back up a little bit.
Absolutely.
While the partner was removing the license plate cover, the officers were losing the only tangible reason for the stop. And even though they did everything they could to get at least something out of this stop, Levi didn't give them a single bit of room for that. He stayed careful and consistent the whole time. And very soon, the entire story that the officers were trying to build was going to fall apart.
All right. That's some rusted out screws, my man.
Yeah, they're a little bit rusted, but hey, it's coming off easy.
I don't have what we're looking for.
He's got it. The good news is that when I put that on there, I really had to crack that rusty screw, so it should already be a touch loose because of the force I already put on. He's got the big plumper though. And that's gonna fall right on. I'll just be ready for it when it does.
In the end, the officers let Levi go with no ticket, no warning, nothing at all. That was a quiet admission that they had nothing. If the violation had been real and sufficient, the outcome would have been different. Instead, what followed was a clear walk of shame. I know you've been waiting for it, I have too. If these cases made you angry, brace yourself, because it's only the tip of the iceberg. What we uncovered next goes beyond incompetence and straight into the unbelievable. In the next video, we're going to break down cases that somehow become even darker and more disturbing. Stay tuned, keep watching, and decide for yourself how far is too far. See you in the next one.